by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Dennis Bragg. Jill Valley is off tonight. The Flathead Mission Valleys remain under a winter storm warning tonight. And why does it always seem this kind of weather hits about the time you got to travel for Christmas? MTN's Nicole Miller has more on what you can expect to see if you have to travel out there the next few days.
Snow has been accumulating across northwest Montana steadily throughout the day. The Flathead and Mission Valleys are under a winter storm warning through Wednesday. Some of those higher elevations could see several feet of snow, while lower elevations, such as here in downtown Kalispell, are expecting up to a foot. David Prunty, Flathead County Public Works Director, says plow crews are clearing the roads as fast as they can.
We try and open up the busiest roads, the bus routes first, and sometimes that turns into a, down and back on a road, and we move to the next one.
Prunty says plows will return later to clean up. He says a storm this big could take days to finish clearing.
It can take us 3 or 4 days to get everything cleaned up, and if it keeps coming, sometimes it takes us that long to get to the lower traveled, off to the side roads before we get there on maybe even day 3. So people's patience, we certainly appreciate it. We'll do our best to get there. It just kind of depends what Mother Nature pitches at us.
Drivers should be prepared for low visibility, sleet and ice accumulations. Make sure to buckle up and check road conditions. Reporting in Flathead County, Nicole Miller, MTN News.
And more snow expected for the region, but it's been kind of hit and miss so far today. That's going to change, though. Let's turn it over to Russ Thomas in the KPAX Storm Tracker Weather Center with the first forecast. Russ?
Yeah, looking at the numbers, it has definitely been more hit than miss, that's for sure. A lot of areas seeing snow and some heavy snow totals across western Montana. Again, this is not, of course, if you're in the Missoula Valley, Bitter Valley, you know this. We have not seen any snow, lots of rain. I think we will get some, not a lot, but some tonight and tomorrow. Again, valleys anywhere from 10 to 15 inches. I know Polson folks, couple people sending in photos from that area getting 6, 7, 8 inches there as well. So again, impressive numbers. Now we do have a winter weather advisory in effect for the higher elevations of southwest Montana. Missoula, Bitter Valley not included in this. Again, we may see an inch or two out of the system, not much now. If you're in the Missoula Bitter Valley and you're thinking, why are we not getting hit here? I think Thursday night and Friday, a little better opportunity for those guys to get more accumulating snow. And we'll have more on that coming up in just a few minutes.
And of course, to keep an eye on these changing conditions across western Montana as you travel this weekend, all you need is a mobile device. Download the KPAX Storm Tracker weather app to get the on-the-go forecast from the Storm Tracker weather team. After 11 years in the position, the Kalispell Chief of Police has announced he's stepping down. The surprising announcement was made during last night's City Council meeting. Chief Roger Nassett says he'll be leaving at the end of the month. He's been with the department since 1984. He's been chief since 2007 after he replaced Frank Garner. Nassett's last day on the job will be December 28th. And Captain Wade Rademacher will serve as the interim chief until a successor is found. Nassett says he's happy with the time of his departure as he feels he's leaving the department at a good time.
We have some very good up-and-coming leaders in the department. I'm excited. It's probably one of the things that I see, as a legacy that I leave is a really good department that's in place, that's running very well, respective of the community, community-oriented.
Nassett says he's going into the private security sector, but he continues to plan to live in Kalispell. Most of us suspected the 2017 fire season was having a major impact on Montana's summer tourist season. Now a new report by researchers from the University of Montana shows the lost business was likely even more expensive than we might have guessed. With more than 1 million acres burning, most in western Montana following lightning storms in mid-July, the smoke, fire, and evacuations couldn't have hit at a worse time for the tourism industry. UM's Institute for Tourism and Recreation Research now estimates Montana lost up to 800,000 visitors, costing us more than $240 million. Well, a third of the visitors surveyed that did come here in July, August, and September said the smoke wasn't bad enough to negatively impact them. 10% couldn't go to their planned destination. 7% switched to a different part of the state. Missoula and Flathead counties were hit the hardest. And even local residents had to change plans to hike, fish, and spend time outdoors. 25% canceled their in-state travel plans altogether. The researchers warn firefighting costs, loss of business, and disillusioned Montanans could become a bigger issue with fires in the years to come. Transportation engineers in Washington say it could still be days before Interstate 5 is able to open north of Olympia, where that train derailed on Monday, killing 3 people. The train cars that tumbled off the overpass early Monday, spilling onto the freeway, have been cleared after 2 days of work, but the freeway remains closed as the investigation into the deadly crash continues. And engineers determine what damage may have been done to the bridge and freeway. They said tonight they're not going to open it until it's safe. Backups on secondary roads have stretched to more than 14 miles and more, with Washington's main north-south route closed. Investigators are looking into reports the train was traveling as much as 50 miles above recommended speed, and whether the engineer might have been distracted by a trainee in the cab of the Amtrak locomotive. A live power line with 50,000 volts doesn't sound like a place to build a home. However, an osprey nest has created a dangerous situation for the birds and the people of Seeley Lake. MTN's Kent Lutzen went on assignment to show us how one science teacher is turning the scenario into a learning moment.
Ospreys are common sight, soaring over the mountains of Montana, searching waterways for food and resting in their huge nests. Typically, an osprey will build its home near water with a strong fish supply, and these birds aren't afraid to find a location near a community, considering they do well around humans. Well, an osprey decided to make Seeley Lake its home, but on top of a 50,000-volt power line, a scenario that could leave many homes without power and makes for a dangerous living quarters for the bird.
That nest that's right up there, if they start getting twine string and stuff in there, which they inevitably will do, a day like today, that twine string gets wet, gets down on a hot phase, it'll either knock the line out or it'll start the top of the pole on fire, and that's probably a $30,000 pole.
Now, instead of destroying the nest, Mrs. Bartlett, a science and math teacher at Seeley Lake Elementary School, worked with Missoula Electric and Pyramid Mountain Lumber to help relocate the bird nest. Bartlett turned to her students' creativity to turn an unfortunate situation into a learning moment.
So we did engineering projects. So one of the engineering projects is we designed osprey nest poles, set up, and I gave them wind, so I brought in a fan, and they had a little platform, and then I brought in rain with a sprinkler because if they, the chicks get wet, they'll drown. I mean, we just brought in all of the elements.
The students tested different models until they created a nest platform that would make for a safe environment. Dr. Janelle Dowling with the Wings Over Water program said this experience teaches the students responsible use of nature.
It's really important for folks to see how difficult it is for wild animals not only to survive, but to successfully reproduce. There's so many things stacked against them. And I think when you realize everything they go through, from migrating 4,000 miles round trip and then coming back, you think more about how to make things easier for them and how to minimize the impact of humans.
Not only are these students learning the importance of environment, but also community.
I like how we got to work together, like as a whole class, and we had to do something for the community, and that we all got a chance to do this.
The osprey have migrated for the winter, but once they come back, Mrs. Bartlett and her students will come observe how the birds take to their new home. Reporting in Seeley Lake, Kent Lutzen, MTN News.
Today, the class got to watch as that new nest platform was installed. The next step is to move the nest itself. Missoula Electric Co-op donated a brand new pole for the nest, and Pyramid Mountain Lumber donated a part of their land where the new nest platform was installed. Your generosity continues to inspire us as we move forward, closing another holiday food drive sponsored by KPAX for Security and Glacier Banks. Just a couple of days remain to contribute to our annual holiday food drive to help area pantries and food banks in western Montana. With 1 in 8 Montanans struggling with hunger, your donations are critical to helping your friends and neighbors.
We have so many people that go hungry this time of the year. They have decisions to make on, do they buy food, do they pay their rent, do they buy their medicine, or what do they do for transportation? And so food is one of the types of things that is most important to us and something that is so important to the folks in our valley.
Drop off your non-perishable food items at your nearest First Security Bank branch in the Missoula and Bitterroot Valleys or Glacier Banks in the Flathead before Friday, and we'll make sure it gets to those that need a little extra help this season. Up next, Russ is back with the rest of your snowy forecast. And also coming up on Montana Made, we meet a whitefish snowboard builder whose unlikely career path led him to pursue his passion. That's coming up on KPAX.